Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you're new here, welcome. I am a 30-year-old wife, a mom of two, full-time remote employee, and a homeowner. I also am trying to figure out this whole content creation thing. I'm trying to get more consistent. Over the last 3 months, I've posted about one video a week since I have started back on my journey. So feel free to look at those videos as well, and also let me know what type of videos you guys want to see from me, and if you like this one or just any tips or whatever. So I have my iPad here so that I don't take forever and kind of ramble. So we're gonna kind of hop into the video. I am 5 months postpartum. I gave birth to my second son in August of 2024. My first son was born November of 2022. So they were about 21 months apart. I never planned on having such a small gap. My ovulation tracking was definitely off, but you know, neither here nor there. My baby was a surprise. So with all of that being said, this postpartum journey definitely has been it's like been a complete different experience since my first one. With my first one, I felt like physically I recouped really quickly. By like 2 weeks, like I wasn't bleeding anymore. My body felt kind of normal, and just, I don't know, my body just was, it recouped really fast. But I will say, like, mentally and emotionally, I was all over the place. Sweating, hormones, crying all the time, just kind of like not feeling my best. But this go around, I feel like physically recovering was so much harder. I constantly had a 1-year-old at the time who always wanted to be picked up, who was always crying, always used to having my full attention. So even though you're technically not supposed to pick up anything heavier than your newborn, I still had a 1-year-old who would be at home kind of needing me. So my back was kind of hurting, and I also had 2 failed epidurals. So I gave birth 100% naturally, which definitely was an experience. So I just feel like it's kind of swapped this go around. So physically, it just was really hard on me, but mentally and emotionally, I feel like I knew what to expect. I knew what I needed. I knew how to ask for help. I knew what motherhood was going to look like. Now, although I never had 2 kids before having my second one, I knew how much I had to put into giving birth to my second kid, I guess I should say. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe that, but yeah, I was more confident. That's the word I'm looking for, confident. Postpartum depression. With my first, I will say I was pretty good up until about, I'll say from months 4 to 10, I actually had postpartum depression. I didn't really realize it, but like I was ragey, I was angry, my emotions were so volatile, they were all over the place. I worked a full-time job while taking care of my son. He was exclusively breastfed. We didn't really have a routine or anything like that. And I feel like as each month passed by, he just got hungrier and hungrier and more needy, and it was so physically and mentally exhausting. And not until about almost 11 months did he go to daycare did I really realize that I can't put my son before me. Not saying that I shouldn't sacrifice for my son, but I mean, I would get to the point where I wouldn't make breakfast because I didn't want to put him down for 30 seconds to get something out of the fridge, or I felt like I needed to constantly watch him, or if he made a peep, I had to drop what I was doing and go and tend to him. With my second, I've acknowledged, if you're gonna do something and then they start crying, just finish it. So if you are in the middle of getting yourself a cup of water, get the cup of water and drink it, and then go and get your son. If you're hungry and you have to breastfeed, make a bagel. Do something that's easy, something that you can eat while you breastfeed, so that I can still continue to pour into myself. And this go round, I haven't had any postpartum depression. I'm 5 months postpartum, and I feel like I stayed really on top of all of the things that I needed. I also made sure to get my nails done, keep my hair done. Not saying that you have to have those things done, but for me, it gives me a moment to detach from my children, detach from my home, and kind of just pour into myself, whether it be a 30-minute pedicure or getting my hair done. Even if I had to bring my kid with me, I know I am still doing something for myself, and that is something I did not do before. This 5 months now. Also, I will say routines and schedules, those are a must. With my first, I did not do that. I let him basically do whatever he wanted. If he cried, I just gave in. With our second, we put him on a schedule. My husband and I work fully remote and my husband is hybrid, but every day we still follow the same routines. I work from 8 to 5 and my husband works, the same hours, except he has to commute sometimes. We made sure that at 8 a.m. he gets up, but his first nap is at 10, his second nap is at 12, and then his last nap is at like 3. So we know between those times, the first 2 naps will probably get about 30 to 45 minutes long of a stretch without any interruptions. And then at 3, he normally sleeps until like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock sometimes. And every night he goes to bed at 8 p.m. along with my toddler, so that my husband and I have our own time to recharge and kind of give ourselves fuel and have time with each other. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was breastfeeding. This go round, I gave myself way more grace. My son is exclusively breastfed. He doesn't take a bottle. At this point, he doesn't even really like baby food. So right now, I am his main source of eating. With my first, I struggled a lot with breastfeeding, and I had to supplement for about the first 12 weeks until I was able to establish my milk supply. This go round, I straight off the gate, when we were in the hospital, I would put him on the boob and then I would give him a bottle like for the next feed. So rather than trying to kind of like beat up your nipples and just kind of have the baby on there over and over and over without giving yourself a break, I pumped. I made sure to pump. When I got home, I pumped. I would pump about 4 times a day. So I would like put baby on one time, and then the next time when dad gave him a bottle, I would use the pump, and that is how I was able to really increase my milk supply. Before, I was so afraid of feeling like a failure for not being able to breastfeed and having to supplement, but this go round, I acknowledge I need to put myself first. If I need to pump and give my baby the milk that way, that's what I need to do. But it's not going to do anybody any good trying to like torture myself with breastfeeding. Working. Okay, so I am working 100% fully remote. I've been at the same job for almost 6 years, so I kind of know the ins and outs of my job and what needs to be done and what takes priority. He is home with me while I work, and my husband is hybrid, so that definitely makes it a lot easier for me to be able to watch him. Now, he's not going to be with us forever. He is probably going to go to daycare probably around 1 year old if I had my way. If I got a new job, then probably I might have to put him in earlier, but we'll definitely see how that will be. I feel like when I got off of maternity leave, from like when I got off of maternity leave and had to start working with him, it felt so much easier than I thought it would be. With my first, it just felt so heavy, so daunting, and I felt like I couldn't do it. But this go round, I'm just kind of like enjoying having him. Like, we can have our lunch together, we have an established routine, and it really hasn't been that bad. What else is there? Oh, also, yeah, I also feel like I have started to feel like myself a lot faster than I did with my first. I continuously make sure to spend time with my husband, spend time with myself, see family, see friends, go out and do things that are important to me, rather than just kind of being a wife and mom and just cooking and cleaning and working every day, because that's no fun. Yeah. Also, I can put this away now because now I'm just gonna talk freely. So If I'm being honest now, more kids, I'm not sure. We had 2 boys, and when we found out we were pregnant with our second and got the gender, at first I was kind of like content, thinking like, yeah, you know, we're gonna have 2 boys, that's my life. But my husband started talking about getting a vasectomy, and like I just started bawling when he said that. The thought of knowing like I was never gonna have a daughter made me so sad. I definitely love my son. I love having 2 boys. It's the most beautiful, amazing thing. But thinking like, oh wow, like this is it. Like you grew up your whole life thinking, you know what, when I'm older, I'm gonna have a boy and I'm gonna have a girl and I'm gonna have a 5-bedroom house and I'm going to be rich and blah, 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 blah. And you know, as you get older, you start to realize like, oh, life isn't going to be exactly how I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna have 2 boys. And having a 3rd kid it's not something that we're really sure that we want to do. We don't have a lot of help here in Orlando. I have one cousin who is amazing. I love her so much. She's like a sister to me, but she's gonna have her own kid one day and won't be able to always help us. And it's just kind of a lot. Both of us are working, and the thought of having like 3 kids in daycare, it's kind of not ideal. And then even the thought of waiting like super long and having a big gap kind of sucks too, because it's gonna be like, okay, are we gonna wait till my newborn is 2 years old and then start over? I'm not really sure. But just, I don't know, we're kind of leaving it open. As of right now, we don't want any more kids. We are satisfied with having 2 boys. I love them so much. My husband and I feel like this is the perfect number. But I don't know, if something changes, maybe if more family moves to Orlando, we'll consider it. Or if one day we move back to South Florida, that'll happen. But as of right now, we're not really thinking about having any more kids. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to share like a little update. Oh yeah, also, I think maybe I'll make another video about this. Some people talk about like the transition from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2. I definitely feel like going from 0 to 1 rocked my world. It was so hard. It was so difficult. I was not used to not having my own time and getting up and doing what I wanted. Going from 1 to 2, I feel like we were still kind of in baby mode anyway. So it didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really feel that hard. And then the fact that my other was so young, I feel like my newborn is just like so amazed at watching my toddler that he kind of acts as like entertainment. So it's kind of easy. So like if my toddler is eating something, I just put my toddler at the table and then I'll put my infant in the high chair and then he watches him, and then it's kind of like, oh, I can kind of get stuff done. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, I look forward to making more content for you guys. Make sure to like my video, please, and subscribe. And I don't know, let me know how your day was. Do you have kids? Are there any other videos that you want to see? Do you have any other questions? Okay, and then yeah, I'm done rambling, and I will see you guys later. Bye.